Oh, where am I from? That's always such a great question. For a long time, I thought I was Mexican. All right, all we gotta do is catch some fish. We're all ready. Quit screwing around, Luke. Well, my grandma says that we're from outer space. And I think she means all people. With that said, I was born in Juneau. My mother took me and headed down to San Diego, California, chasing my father. So my dad's white. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about my dad. For some weird reason, my family's kept it all from me. I think my mother was like wanting to run away from the culture or something. I don't remember much of it at all. And the ones I do remember were absolutely horrible. So I really like the Mexican kids. So much I had to dress like them. When you're a little kid, hey, you know, you could just be anything you want. It's like magic. Cookie, my Aunt Cookie came down to bring me back because things weren't going so hot down there. You know, if I stayed down there, I think my life would be messed up. I'd probably be dead for one. I'm sure I'd be dead. Oh yeah? What's that? We ended up hitchhiking all over the place. My aunt and just hanging out on the side of the road. We were always hitchhiking everywhere because nobody had any money. Coming back to Alaska, hanging out with my family. The cold snow was chilly and miserable. What is all this white stuff on the ground? I want to go home. I got pawned off between family members. For a while there, I lived with Helen. I was raised by all these women. I want to say there were 7. Those moments were so amazing. You know, the stories and the history coming out was fantastic. This is Mom's home, my great-grandmother's home. Small cabin with Lily, Bill, Tommy, Sarah, Georgie, Marzina, Tommy's kids who were teaching me how to slash tires. Oh, Charlie and Ann. So now we're at 11. There's nowhere to stay, so I had to stay under the table. Well, most of the time I had it to myself, but every once in a while we'd have other kids over. At least 3 of us could fit under the kitchen table. We'd sleep under there because there was nowhere else to sleep. My great-grandmother, her place here, she got to see the end of the era where when people talked about history, you know, they did it with mass, they did it with blankets, with dancing, greeting the canoes out in the water, watching that disintegrate had to have been devastating. Oh, my God.
Da! Yeah. Here I'm trying to be serious to you and tell you a story.
I'm listening.
No, don't say anything. Just be quiet.
Okay.
He and the grandmother brought this fish to this echt Indian doctor. And the echt said, what have I done to have this fish? Duh! The old lady said, Duh! That's not for you. Check it out, see if it's my grandson. And so the echt did his thing, working, praying. And all of a sudden that fish became the young man.
Okay.
Right.
Didn't I say to take those off?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh
Oh yeah.
no.
He told his auntie, his grandma, his sister, he says, don't sit in the waterfront. Here it is, the woman sitting in the water like this, and they pulled her dress up. And that time they didn't have panties or underwears. You weren't around.
Boy, I should have been.
You should have been. But the story is the women didn't have panties.
The family begged and pleaded with the city to not put the road through here because all the smokehouses were up here, and they put the road right where all the smokehouses were. So you'd come up, you'd walk probably right. Hold on, car's gonna drive through the smokehouse. I want to say it's right here. You know, you'd walk in here, so then you had a good probably 5 feet this way, and then it probably went. The bulldozers came in and demolished it. You know, it was a place where everybody had come together, and it was you know, it was like home for a lot of the family. They had all, I think when the drinking got out of hand too, it was a nice place for them to come and sober up and come back to reality. We better look out here. Another car is going to drive right through us. Somehow it broke up the family quite a bit. This smokehouse isn't my smokehouse. It's my grandmother's smokehouse. I always say it's my smokehouse because I put so much work into it. In reality, it's her smokehouse, and I think if you really want to get technical, it's probably the Thunderbird smokehouse. You know, it's been built on top of smokehouses over who knows how many generations. The important thing with the fish when you're hanging them is they can't touch each other. They gotta breathe all the way around it. If they touch each other, they can't breathe and they'll go sour that way.
You don't want to cook them, but you want to get that slime off of them, and you know.
Yeah. You can't get it anywhere else. You can't buy it. You can't buy the fish that I like to smoke. It's not for sale. There's not enough of it. It's too hard to work. I'm not going to sell you my fish for 20 bucks. I'm not going to sell it to you for 100 bucks. I'm not going to sell it to you, period, because I'm going to eat it. I work too hard for it, and I want to taste it. I can eat as much of it as I want, and I love it. And I eat so much I get sick. Maybe it's gluttony, I'm not sure. It's one of those. Sure is. Pretty one.